After a narrow failure last November, Rochester Public Schools will be back on the ballot this November, asking voters for a whopping $200 million over the next 10 years. If you pay property taxes in Rochester, that means you will see an increase, of course. Here's breaking down the numbers. According to real estate company Zillow, the average cost of a home in Rochester is $300,000. For an average home, that means that an increase of just under $300 a year if this referendum is approved, or about $25 a month. According to Olmsted County's property tax estimator, a home of this cost in city limits already pays roughly $2,500 a year in property taxes. Digging deeper for us now, we bring in KTDC's Olivia Prodzinski. Olivia, you had a chance to sit down today with Superintendent Kent Pickell. What's his justification here for asking voters once again for more money?
Yeah, Brock, he explained Rochester Public Schools is in a critical financial situation. If they don't get this funding, it's going to be the same story as last November when the district announced school closures and layoffs, only this time it could be worse.
Rochester Public Schools is making a big ask of $19.4 million annually for 10 years. After last year's referendum failure, Superintendent Kent Pickell is making it clear.
I'm saying right now, if this doesn't pass, we will be closing schools, we'll be raising class sizes, and we'll be cutting really key and sometimes popular programs.
The hefty referendum will fund existing programs and staff, with the largest ticket item being $5.4 million for counselors. Pickell says he doesn't want to cut what makes a school thrive.
They're the kind of things that if you cut them, you end up with frankly a bare bones school district that is not really igniting learning.
There is limited room for an expansion of staff or programs in the referendum, unlike last year when RPS asked for local funding for technology.
And that's frankly because we're trying to live within our means in Rochester Public Schools. We're not trying to actually expand the budget. We're trying to avoid draconian cuts in it. And so this would be about preserving the work.
While a good majority of the district's financial burden comes from past administrative decisions, some happened just recently when the district negotiated pay increases for teachers and staff, what Pickell calls prudent and a long time coming.
We've paid for them by cutting positions. We've cut 150 people since I've been here. Sometimes I say what Rochester Public Schools needs is fewer better paid employees.
Pickell explained for quite some time the district was expanding staff faster than students were enrolling.
If you need to stabilize your ship like we do, you got to go to your local voters.
Pickell says the district is working to be more transparent about financial issues, and that's what it's trying to do. Live in the studio, Olivia Prodzinski, KTDC News.